Hello there, beautiful internet and you super creatures of the beyond. I got an interesting question for you. Let me exemplify. So, we take this beautiful rectangle here, we take this beautiful circle here, which is called an ellipse, and we're going to make this ellipse into into a clip group. So we only selected that in order to create the clipping group, and then we move this thing inside here, and it is a clipping group, something that I highly detest and I highly encourage you not to use so often. Not because of its utility, but because of its issues, and I'll explain in a second. Although this phenomena kind of happens in normal clipping as well, but there is a way to circumvent that. So, we have this interesting, beautiful clip group over here. Now, let's duplicate it. So I'm going to press Ctrl D. Bam! Oops, my mistake. I didn't select the group. So Ctrl D, and we move it here. And we have two groups. Now, usually what happens is that if we select, for example, this path, this clipping path, if I move it, it's going to create this, it's gonna retain the shape of the clip inside here with this path. But we see there is something really weird happening over here, and this is because there is a hidden clone over here. And I'm gonna do another duplicate just to exemplify. So if we're gonna release this clipping, we see that we get the whole group blah blah blah, but there is on top of it a hidden clone, and this hidden clone makes a reference to this circle over here. Now, I highly encourage you not to do an undo operation, a Control Z, because it's gonna crash your Inkscape. You can't reclip it back, so to avoid all the hassle, just delete it altogether. So how do we separate the linkage between that clone and the original shape here? So if I'm moving it right here, like so, we see that it is creating this, but because this rectangle here does not change, it does not affect anything. So the solution is XML, of course. So usually when we're creating that clone, it goes up here into the def's IDs, and it goes all the way into the clip path 2 in this situation, and this is the name of the current thing. It's called use2. Now if I'm gonna create a second one here, it should create a new clip. I don't know, maybe this one needs to refresh somehow. Anyway, let's focus on this one. So we want to release this hidden thing from this one. So the way we do that is we duplicate this node and we create the clipping path 10. Now we go here into our group and we see that it refers to clipping path 2, which is over here. Now we want to use clipping path 10. We're gonna rename it to clipping path 10. And now if we're gonna go here into our original circle, if we're gonna pull this, we see that nothing changed. And this is because the clone is still linked. And basically this use9 and use2 are the same clone, but they have different IDs. Now, in order to unlink them, we have to look into the X-link ref. So this one is connected to G1. G1 is in here. Now we want to connect this one to G3. We don't want to lose a connection to the form. So if I'm gonna go and select use 9 to G3. Now if I'm going back into this clipping mask, this one, no, what have I done? And if I pull this one doesn't get affected. Now if I go into the second clip and I pull this one doesn't get affected, and it's still a mask. Now, why do I hate this? Well, first of all, because it crashes the Inkscape, but second of all, because there is a better way to do this than with stupid clipping groups and blah 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 blah. So I'm going to remove them, and we're going to create normal clipping masks. So I'm going to create a series of elements here, okay? Because this is the point of clipping groups. You can manipulate the shape from inside the clipping group, and you can put as many elements inside the clip itself. Now, let's say that I select all of this. I make them, I don't know, let's make them like this. And then we make our clipping mask. Oops. And we want this clipping mask to be on top of all of these things, right? Now, usually you would just select everything and create a clip. Oops. And you set clip. But this creates this phenomena. So it doesn't work like that. The best way to do it is to select all of these guys, put them in a group, and then you clip them together. Where is the set clip? Oh. Let me put it from this place. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't show. It's weird. Now, you may think, well, yeah, but how do I edit the mask? Well, it's super easy. You have to have... let me enable that. You need to have these things enabled first of all to see the shape of the mask, obviously. Now, if you want to have the same color inside and the same shape, well, in that case, you just duplicate this and you put it inside the group itself. And then I'm gonna create the group again with set clip. I don't know why it's not working in here. It's so weird. Never mind, it works here. And now I have this circle inside my thing, if I really need it. Usually I don't. So I'm just gonna disable it, hide it. Now you can create inside this group as many groups as you want. And it's much, much easier than the group clipping mask and making it with the clipping thing. Now, the problem is that the same thing happens here. Now, if I'm going to edit my clipping mask, the original one, you see, it affects the second one. So in order to break this linkage, we have to go back to our beautiful friend, the XML. And in this case, we have to read here. It's going to connect to clip path 19, which is in our huge devs2 thing. So we have to duplicate this again. And now we don't have to do any trickery inside of it. We just go to our second, to our duplicated thing. And in this case, it created clip path 25, right? So we just go here, and instead of clip path 19, we just define clip path 25. And now if I'm going to select the first group and going to modify the mask, you see, the mask is independent from this one, and the same with this one. Now I know it's kind of annoying, but that's how it works. That's how you break the linkage. And a simpler solution to this, like right now, if I do another duplicate, yeah, if I'm going to modify this, it's going to affect my duplicate. It's not a clone, it's a duplicate, but inside it's using that reference to the same to that same path. You see, clip path 19, clip path 19. So in order to avoid this, we have a very simple trick. We right click this, we say release clip, and then we enable it again, set clip, and now check this out. This is independent, this is independent, because now it has clip path 30. So I hope it helps you guys, because this is a very annoying thing, but it's really cool. Okay guys, stay awesome. I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye 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 bye.